All right, fellas, we rolling. Rolling. It is official. Going to be good this week, and we're going to start with a toast.
Toast, toast.
And the toast goes as such. We all fall, but we say don't trip. We all been called, but all stall a bit. We all stand tall into that time we slip. Just admit, without the grace of God, I'm really bad
Really
at this.
bad at this.
Absolutely.
Cheers, 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 fellas.
Cheers, cheers,
Cheers,
cheers.
fellas.
What's up, fellas? What's been up? It's been
Good. How y'all feeling?
Is that the
good.
same coffee cup every week, James?
Nah, man,
Oh,
nah.
you gotta like what you got? A whole like
I think this for
you
Black
know
History Month.
palette of them joints.
I think this the Good Times painting.
Okay.
Marvin Gaye, whatever.
Album cover. Yeah, it's
I think so.
the Ernie Barnes. That artist. He was a
Can you
football
get
player.
that print? Can you get that print if you want to?
Oh yeah, I got that print from my mom for a gift. That is most definitely a Negro gift. A
That's
classic
yeah,
Negro gift.
yeah. Like that chair. Remember that bamboo chair that used to like
Exactly.
a round bamboo chair everybody used to take that picture
It's
in?
in that same
I've
category.
never seen anybody else with the picture of that chair.
Doesn't matter. You felt like royalty when you sat in them.
Yeah.
That was the idea.
Yeah.
So what's up, man? What's been going on, man? With
Sugar Shack.
everybody, man? Huh? What's
Mm.
been going
Living the
on out
dream.
there? Really? Are we? What is that? People say that. What is that? What the hell is that? That's kind of weird. It's like you asking me to be like living in a fantasy world, bruh. It's like can't do
Mhm.
that. I don't.
You know how
God
many
hasn't
people would
called us to
trade
fantasy.
places with us? Get out of here. You know how many people would trade places with us? Come on, fam. We out here.
Yeah.
We out here.
Except that 5% at the top, nigga. They won't trade with nobody, nigga. They don't care what you talking about. You know how many people would trade there, nigga? Here's a group that wouldn't know, nigga.
Only thing they'll
I
trade
know.
with us is our organs. That's
Man.
the only
Nigga,
thing they'll trade
yes,
with
they would
us.
be down for that. As long as they find out that they're in good condition and you got that little thing on your driver's license,
Driver's
nigga, it's a wrap.
license or organ donor.
Oh, it's a wrap. They be like, they just asked me. Georgia was like, "You want to put that on your driver's license?" I was like, "Nope."
Are you serious? You said
I was
no?
like, "Nope, don't put that on my driver's license." They be like, "Oh man, we
Hey,
got
it's
a
on
good match laying out right here.
You see,
Oh,
I
we
got
might to, we got to make sure we take him in."
Shoot, pops told me that when I very first got my driver's like, don't put no organ donor on there.
Mm-mm.
Don't do it. You'll find yourself laid up in the hospital like, oh, he got a cold. You can wake up with your kidney gone. For real.
Feeling empty, boy. You feel. I wonder if you feel like a piece of you is gone. Nigga. You be like,
Right. You like
yo,
wake up like nigga, I had
you're a
a
little
headache. Why
lighter.
got this scar on my side? Like, why I got stitches? I came here for a headache.
We came in for a headache, left with a whole abdominal stitch around his side, yeah, up his back. Like, what is this for? And giving him some pain meds and tell him, don't worry himself. Don't
Oh
worry
man.
yourself.
Hey, what kind of individual you gotta be? Be like, yo, man, I give you 10 grand. Just go ahead and give me half of your liver. You be like,
Bruh. Hey, bruh. That's what's going down on that dark web though, bruh. That's what's
I
going
know,
down,
man.
bruh.
Oh,
Nigga, for of a couple of bitcoins, boy, you might get an appendix. Nigga, you might get some lung tissue. You might get whatever you might need with a couple of bitcoins. But hey, right. I know it sound weird, but I've been watching too many docs, bruh.
They
man.
They
running,
out there,
they
they out
running out
there.
of stuff to buy is what I'm hearing.
Or them organs is valuable, bruh. And I don't know. I don't want
Come
to know
on.
how they getting them and how they getting them to people. I don't want to know nothing about that trade. You
Man,
know how you grew up in the hood, and you see something shady, You see some people doing some stuff. You might have seen a couple of things. There's some things I didn't mind seeing, bro. There's some things I never want to see, and groups of people I never wanted to know about, and people who are trading organs on the dark web. It's a group of people that I do not want to be. Because how do I know you're not gonna try to Bill Cosby me and
Right.
and take because you into this. This is what you into taking. But nah, they be like, nah, Jay, don't worry about it because we only be taking it for dead people. Boy, don't even trip. Roll with us. Nah, man, I'm telling you. Before you know it, like Buki said, you're gonna wake up.
I
Stuff
don't
gonna
want
be missing.
I don't want my IP address nowhere near them folks, bro. I don't know
Exactly,
what to
but
do.
instead of waking up at a hospital, you gonna wake up in an alley. Then, and the stitches. That stitch job gonna be bad, boy. That one gonna be totally different than the one that they probably we do at a hospital.
That's
I
why I be
can't remember.
wondering why people think they could just go overseas and get that low budget, not overseas, but like go to other countries and get the low budget procedures. Like I'm going
Yeah,
over there to get my lipo. Like, man, you gonna let them put you to sleep in another country?
Hey,
man.
hey, but I can't front. I seen a couple people come back with them veneers though from another country. Be like,
Man,
yo, they look kind of right, bruh. I ain't mad at you for going over there saving. Niggas be over there getting that discount. White
yeah.
permanent pearly whites, bruh.
You
You
know
be
they
like,
gotta shave your teeth to get them joints on. Have you
I
seen
know, dude.
like
Man, I know that procedure fully. It's a commitment, bruh. It's like I'm finna change my whole mouth, but at least nigga on camera, I'm gonna look right. Look. This was a trip. I heard a dude. He was giving a little spiel. Oh no, not just any dude. It was actually Will I Am on Drink Champs, and it's kind of old because that was a while ago. But anyway, he was just talking about how how people are influenced to go get plastic surgery to try to look like the filters on their phone, and he just is talking about that like that's gonna be worse. And he's like, what's worse? What's gonna be worse is the AI version of it. How people will start to kind of like date a person's AI. Like they're gonna create the AI version of themselves, but then when they get with the person, they're gonna realize kind of like the person don't look like they self because of the filter. You're gonna get with the person and realize they ain't that smart, and they don't, because you've been talking to their AI. You like nigga, and you really meet them, you be like, this nigga is not well read. Like that avatar I was talking to.
nothing there?
This nigga is dumb as a box of rocks. I cannot really like rock with him. So no, I think that's going to be interesting. So I said all that to say, just like you're talking about people going to other countries and getting these procedures, nigga. People, as we dive deeper and deeper, and people trying to look more and more like these avatars that they creating, nigga, like plastic surgery still going to be popping, and it's like popping like never before. But they saying it's because of people trying to look like they
Yeah, it seems
filtered
like they got
selves.
too good at it too. So it's not as dangerous, not as weird looking as it used to be. Sometimes somebody gets
Man, some of them girls be out here looking weird. Nigga, they do not have the legs to support what they have done to their butt, nigga. You be like, man, look at this. This lady look like some kind of marshmallow. Remember niggas used to make the little craft with the marshmallow and the little skinny pretzels in school, nigga. Like make little people out of them with marshmallows and pretzels.
yeah.
These girls be looking like pretzel legs, nigga, and marshmallows sitting on top of them. Like they be looking weird. I mean,
It's not. Yeah,
so
I
it
think
doesn't work out. But I hear what you're saying, James. They have
they,
improved.
they doing better.
Back in the '80s, nigga, they was they was
them
dropping
procedures
dead,
is
and
dangerous though, bro.
they was putting stuff in and having to take stuff out because they they leaking and giving infections, and I remember that back in the '80s. So
Yeah. Oh,
Shoot,
hopefully,
them butt jobs are still like that though. Them
I know.
BBLs,
Yeah, they a
man,
leak. I heard on you. Cardi B
man.
was talking about that. I heard. She
Mm,
said she had got hers reduced because of that. Because nigga, they started leaking, and I think Nicki Minaj same thing. Nigga, them joints started leaking.
yeah, it's
And who
wild. You can't
knows
even.
what that do to you,
Yeah, they can't even sit on their butt for like weeks. Yeah,
dude? They be laid up. I heard about that.
yeah,
No, for real,
yeah.
that's wild.
for real. But anything new, man? Y'all got into anything new since we last gathered and got together? Anything
Yeah.
major? You want to tell the people? anything?
Yeah,
Go ahead, Bookie.
I ain't got into nothing new. Shoot, my son got his first job, his
Word,
first real job. You know what I'm saying?
word.
All right.
Yeah.
And he turned 18 tomorrow, so I'm like, oh, one step in manhood. Here
Yep,
we go. Here we
That
go.
happened too fast. I can't believe that, man. That
Yeah.
happened so fast. That's
man. Such is life. It's a pleasure. It's a new stage, so enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Yeah. When our parents used to tell us, enjoy your childhood, enjoy your youth. Man, I understand that thing.
Yep. Before it's over, because yep, it'll be over before you know it.
Boy, blink in my eye, you be like, hey, what happened to my paycheck?
Nigga, yep. All the responsibilities on you now.
Yeah,
Now you
boy.
full adulting, enjoying all the whack aspects of it. Like today, I was getting us new car insurance and stuff for out here. First of all, our car insurance was over with the policy, and so here we are, got to get another one. I hate doing stuff like that. Like, because when you really, really want to do it right, you want to compare, you want to,
right.
see what's out there. And nigga, it's like filling out job application, nigga, over and over again, trying to compare and be like, nah, I ain't feeling that. I ain't. What is this? Nigga, Geico was so funny. I don't mean to throw them under the bus. One day I might be trying to do a commercial with them, but anyway, right now, nigga, you had to a part of their process is kind of like pay for their policy without getting the details. So you put all your information online with them, and they give you an unbelievable rate. You like, oh, this is wonderful. I never get. All right, well, what is this policy about? What is this? What is it?
Yeah.
What is this cover? Nigga, you can't see none of that until you
What?
drop that. Yes, exactly. I'm like, Geico, I don't get this, bruh. So you discover all kind of stuff adulting. This is
That's where you stop and pick up the phone. Like, yeah, I gotta talk to y'all.
exactly. So that's what they wanted me to do, and I didn't have time for that. They wanted me to do that, just what you saying, and then probably talk me into all kind of stuff.
Look, and then you start talking to a dude to drive his car with his feet in another country. He drives his car with his feet in another country.
Hitting them hard curves, hitting them hard mountaintop curves, and not and not killing nobody. Like, man, how do you like drive that without like killing yourself every day?
He be talking to one of them goop scoop guys. Like you don't even have a what? They gonna tell me about my car? You goop scoop. What?
Not the goop scoop.
Yeah, that's forever etched in my brain. I can't get rid of that, man. I can't get rid of that. I ain't gonna ever be able to get that because
Oh man.
They got the goop scoop, guys. Man, they about putting their fingers into your food, man.
whole wrist.
They
Don't worry about that wrist. The whole wrist is in here, man. What's going on? Like, don't worry about the wrist. I want some of that wrist. That's super raised. That's super right, man.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
man, they throw a whole wrist in your food, bruh. And then throw some onions and some spices that kind of throw off the look. You be like, okay, that look kind of cool. But I can't forget the fact that you just put your wrist in that. I'm good. Where I come from, we don't do it like that. And you comfortably sitting on the ground too, doing it like, bruh,
Everything is close to the ground.
I
Wow.
can't do this, bruh. I done seen kinds where nigga rodents running around, nigga, they still getting
Man,
down.
I was out.
I can't do it.
I'm like, dude, scooping his head in there. He got a mouse running around that joint.
Like,
Like,
nah, bruh.
he taking the cheese off the mouse mouth and putting sprinkling on the little joint. I'm like, what? Oh,
Man, if you eat that at 2 in the morning, nigga, when your stomach start to backflip and wake your butt up in the middle of the night, you can't say nothing. What what can you say to yourself, man? I wonder what this is.
Because they
Ah,
used to
man,
all
what
that
did
stuff.
I eat?
They out
And
Hey,
there with all that bacteria that they used to. It ain't
hey,
nothing
don't
like that out here.
That's why James started smoking out there that day.
That nigga was on a diet. That nigga was on a cigarette diet because he wasn't touching a whole bunch of food. That nigga was not touching a whole
He
bunch of
wasn't going
food.
into the rest. He wasn't go. He wasn't go to the corner shop with everybody, dog.
That nigga was on Coca Cola and cigarettes. Staying alive.
For a month.
Oh god.
Ah, that's
That was
that's
funny.
funny.
Yeah.
Nah, no. For me, I was still on the hunt. Like this Sunday, me and wifey still on the hunt. Church,
Mhm.
and I don't mind saying this. We went to Cornerstone. That's
Yeah.
a church out here. And your boy Trip Lee go there,
Mhm.
and it's so funny. I seen him and his family, and it's kind of weird. Seeing because I don't think I have ever since like maybe one of those conferences we did that he came through. I don't think I had seen him in person or whatever since then. So that was kind of cool, just seeing him out worshiping with his family and just the regular situation. But the church itself was dope. I really like their praise and worship was real dope. Except one critique, and me and my wife, we both caught this. Um, they were singing a version of "Bow Down," the song "Bow Down," worship
Yep.
him, and you know that part that be saying awesome presence,
Mhm.
sweet perfume, um, let your presence or something fill this like room. Why
Yeah.
was they saying uh may your presence fill this place? Like just messing up the whole lyrics. Like and we couldn't me and my wife couldn't understand it. And we laughed because we both did the same thing. Every time we got to that part, we said room. To ourselves just because it's like it made sense, but that really tripped me out. That I don't know, it wasn't no big deal, but I laughed. I'm like, I wonder why they altered that. Or it was somebody like
Mm.
trying to avoid copyright issues. I don't know. I may be thinking too deep about it, but anyway, church service was dope. The little sanctuary was dope. Um, it was one of the churches that had their own parking lot that was cool. It had enough parking. What I'm noticing is a lot of churches don't have like parking lots like we be having on the
Really?
West Coast. At least the ones that I visited. I'm pretty sure people
Hey,
got them.
hey. So, hey. With that being said, do praise and worship matter to you? When you picking the church?
Yeah, that's what's so funny, Buki. Because all that stuff's coming up now. Once you settle in a church, you just kind of get used to the praise and worship, and you appreciate the people that sing and stuff like that, and you just grow with it, whatever it is, eventually. But initially, when you going through this process, which I haven't gone through, and I couldn't tell you how many years, almost 20 years, nigga, I have not been looking for a church.
On the look for a I'm looking out for a church.
But to answer your question, yes, it does. And I am considering that. And the last one, I will say this: out of all of them, and that was one of the not critiques, but one of the things that I mentioned to my wife was that Cornerstone's praise and worship was by far so far my favorite one out of all
Mm.
of them, and it was good. And maybe like my wife mentioned, maybe it was the musicians were real good, but the musicians were good at all of the places to me. All the musicians are good, but I don't know. It just seems like they were more free. It was not as constricted, and you just sang the song as it is, and that's it. Wrap it up. Nah, it was kind of like they let it flow a little bit. That was kind of cool, and they sounded wonderful. But to answer your questions, again, Buki, yes, it most definitely, yeah, matters because mm, I can't just like it can't be like super stale and kind of people feel. The best way I can describe it is like people feel or sound like detached from real worship and authentic and praising God. I mean, everybody don't have to be all enthused and like we at a concert or something, but there got to be some level of joy and excitement, I think, with it. Um, yeah.
Yeah. I'm
So
on
those
the
are
other
my
side of
thoughts.
that, Boogie. I'm on the other side. Like if it's too amped up, if it's too sensational, and if it's too much like overstimulation. Like I could never enjoy that every week. So I don't have a problem with like fast tempos or any of that type stuff. But if it was just like mayhem, you know how it'd be like six people doing runs and the song
Mhm.
won't ever end, and they just saying like maybe they just were saying Jesus for like 10 over and over again, Jesus, 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 and screaming and hollering, people running, doing hard cartwheels and stuff like that. I'm out.
Yeah.
I could never enjoy that every week. I mean, other people can enjoy that, and that's fine. I could never enjoy that. So I need something in between, like completely dry, stale. You know, I don't want it to feel like that either, but it can't swing the other way. I could never do that. What about you? What's your preference, Spooky?
Bookie.
Yeah, I kind of like the CCM uh with a little R&B jazzed up to it. You know what I'm saying? Like black people CCM. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Take goodness and God and rock it our way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But not all that, like you said, all that the 2-year-old dancing and the 80-year-old dancing every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, okay, praise break time. You know, like all that
Yeah.
is like I need authenticity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Not
don't
just
want
like,
to.
oh, this is the time to do this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah, I
All
used to
that.
do some like real emotional, like dancing and stuff all that every Sunday, but something about it didn't feel right. After a while, I started feeling like something about this ain't right. And I just started thinking like, my lifestyle ain't adding up to all of this hyperactivity on a Sunday. Let me sit down somewhere and learn
Like,
what I'm doing.
yeah, like I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't care about like I mean the occasional, dance, but I'm saying like you know how the stereotypical black church is. Okay, now here go the 2-year-old, the 5-year-old, everybody, oh look at little Junior up there dancing, doing praise and worship, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
That little
yeah,
foot shuffle that we learn,
yeah,
that little
hmm
sometimes that can be perfectly fine, but other times it can feel like a
yeah,
show.
yeah.
It
The
can
the
feel like
show
a show.
situation, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I can't do the with the TBN him, the old white man choir kind of deal. You know what I'm saying?
How
The
about this though? How about that? I was looking at this. This was this Sunday too, at a very, very popular. I talk about emotional and being. I don't know. So, just tell me how y'all feel about this. This is like the beginning of a service. The pastor just finished praying, and now he got his head down. And y'all already know who this cat is. Hold up, let me play it. Here you go.
Family, this Bible that is sitting on this podium, I'm staring at its words and its pages. It is alive and it is active. These are not dead words and dead letters, but these are words and letters that have been breathed out by the power of the Holy Spirit for our learning and for our instruction. And there are times when I am studying certain passages that grip my heart so deep that I got to push away from my desk and I fall down on my knees and I weep before the Lord as I think about the implications of the text, because the words of the text are so.
My bad.
Family, this
How do
text
y'all
is one of those
how y'all
passages
feel about
that
that
as I
so far?
wrestle with this
Just
text
just
throughout
the,
the
the
weekend, I
presentation and
push
how
away from my
he preaches
table
and what
and I
have you.
find myself burst
How do
into
y'all feel?
tears.
I
I will
I for one
fall down on the
I'll jump
floor
out there and just
every
say
time I
I
keep
most definitely
coming back to
appreciate it.
this passage
I
because of
appreciate
the
it. But I can see
diabolical
somebody
evil in
saying,
this text.
you
Man,
know,
it just
I love it. I think it's super dope. I think it's so
yeah,
needed, man. I can see why he's like going viral, because that authenticity plus his testimony, the way he really doesn't mind upsetting people. He not just tickling ears. Like,
yeah,
I think it's dope, man. I think it's super
yeah.
dope. You remind me of John Bookie. You know what I mean? He remind me of John a lot.
And for those who are just listening, that was a clip of Philip Anthony Mitchell, pastor of
Yeah.
2819.
He remind me. That was the first thing I said. He remind me of Bookie's pastor. First thing I said when I saw him.
I'm gonna get there too and visit there. They getting a new building. I think it's gonna be a year or so before they move into it. But they got some temporary spot. I think that's kind of still putting them in a similar situation where you got to get there early and be in line and all that if you want to get into the sanctuary. If not, you're gonna be watching it online. Like I just ran into it. Like I came home from church, turned on YouTube, and it was like your boy was live, and I just slipped it on. And that was the first time I caught like a big chunk of his service. So I caught some of the praise and worship and all of his message there. But yeah, I appreciate him. I can see people hating on it because they just, I don't know. Everybody has their preferences and just, you know, like they certain styles.
This generation needs somebody that they can look to say, okay, this is one version of what it could look like when it's not just the Tyler Perry caricature version. You know, the version that they've been making fun of these last 30 or 40 years of just this how black church is. You know, the preacher's a smooth talking hustler. He's not really committed to God. He's, you know, checking out the ladies and maybe stepping out on his wife, and he may be taking a couple extra dollars he don't need from the offering and all that. It's like that ain't everybody, man. So I'm glad there's somebody going viral that doesn't represent all that stuff. You see how he dressed, you see how he talks. He seems super genuine and really sincere. I'm glad there's somebody like that, because the opposite, if you spend any time looking at the rest of these dudes, like you got to play that one clip I got, Jay. That one clip, man. I'm like, who are you? Why are you telling people this kind of stuff? It's so many people out there telling people crazy lies, trying to look smart, trying to sound deep. And come on. You see if you got that one, Jay, from I think it's Perkins is his name. Stevens, my fault.
Yeah, I think all the new pastors, they just looking for a viral moment at this point. A lot of them.
You said pastors are looking for a viral moment.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to say like some way out stuff, right?
Yeah.
You got to say something that's clickbait. You got to get something that'll actually go.
Yeah. Or do something like while you're preaching. That's everybody recording. Let me do this for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody they all looking for a viral moment. Not all of them, but a lot of people
listen
are.
to how this dude is talking, man. This is like the flavor of a lot of these young cats. And not just young cats, but it's a flavor. It's like
it's the reason why your life is hard. A curse word is a curse. So if a cuss word is a curse, you cursing somebody. That means you cursing yourself because you reap what you sow. So if you curse out somebody, you cursing out yourself, because whatever you do unto them shall be done unto you also. So you be like, I can't stand that mother. I hope that don't never work. You just gave the same judgment to yourself. So you got a bunch of people running around cussing each other out, mother, and then they wonder why nothing working. You wonder why you're struggling on your job, because whatever you put out, it come back. Your cussing.
Man, stop it.
So that's that. You point your finger, then three fingers are pointing back at you.
No, it ain't even that simple. It ain't even that simple. He's saying that cursing is actually releasing a curse into the atmosphere.
Yeah, I understand what he said.
That's way worse than what you said, Boogie. What you saying is all right. You know, you're like, okay. But this man think you actually releasing a curse on yourself.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What script? Quote any scripture to support that.
Yeah, he used yeah. We don't do the research on like cursing, like witchcraft and foul language is two different things. What they talk about in the scripture, you know what I'm saying? That's two different things.
Yeah,
but we take modern language and be like and try to make it fit into biblical language and like, yeah, it don't work, bro.
These not the same words.
It's not the same words.
These weren't the same words. Profanity is not the same as witchcraft.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about profanity if we need to, but come on, you can't say, oh, he was cursing. Oh, you know that releases a curse on your life. That's why you couldn't get that last job.
Hey, but check this out. This was dropped. I don't know who was talking about this, but this made me think along the same lines how the Lord tells you don't be dealing in, divination and like talking to the dead and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. But have y'all, and I had never thought of this, but had you ever thought that God is telling you don't do that stuff because you actually can do that stuff?
That'll be enough for Buki. I know that.
Yeah.
For real, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had never thought about it. It was like, oh, that's the bad stuff, and it was like, you know, right, like along the lines of like when we was talking about that time about like the Ankh and how like a minister had shared about it and its origins and how now because of that I'd be freaked out about it a little bit every time I see it or whatever along those lines. But it did make me think, like, God is telling you don't deal with these certain things and get into those certain things. But I never thought he's saying that because nigga, you can get into doing those things. And I'm like, dang.
But
Like,
because
yeah.
even with old boy in the scripture when he was like, "Hey, let me get some of that juice you got," you know what I'm saying? With what was his name? The sorcerer dude when he was
Simon the magician, I think.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
Simon.
Talking
I
to one of
mean,
the disciples, Peter or somebody like that.
yeah, he was like, "Let me get some of that juice you got," because I mean, obviously, just by that context, he's like, "Nigga, that's real." You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a
that's
cool
a
trick.
real
I ain't
thing.
seen that, but
You
you
know?
got some real power.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
really talking to folks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Jay, I think
obviously they seen it before. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
it's got to
Exactly.
be real. It's real devils. It's real demons. It's a real Satan. So of course it's real. So Jay, it sounds like you saying like you mess around and tap in. You might mess around and contact something.
Nigga, talk to and I love it, but talk to our boy Willio, who out in the country where they heavily practice black magic. And how that nigga has said he told a story. He tells several stories. And he tell me one I never forgot, nigga, where he heading back home and he sees a lady when he from the place that he leaves. He sees her, right, and he knows she be dealing with all that black magic or whatever. She really heavy off, so he sees her. That nigga hops in the car, homie, gets to his destination, and that lady is there, nigga, already. When he get there too, he see her again, nigga. So I be like, nigga, heck yeah, these people be playing around with stuff that they ain't not supposed to, and can make certain things happen as well. And I'm like, but I never thought of it like, oh, what that is, Gerald, is people who probably are playing around with that stuff, and who knows what the demonic is trying to achieve by working with people like that, or trying to make them believe, like, because it don't seem like it worked for everybody. It
But
don't seem,
this what
but
made me.
some people it seem like it's like working good, and they known for it. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this is what made me so upset about that last clip. It's like you think God just gonna let a demon just attach himself to you because you said
Said
a
something.
profane word. Like, what kind of father is that, fam? I think you gotta ask for that stuff. I don't think all this deliverance stuff is happening mostly with believers.
Dude, I write all them
What
cats
kind of
off.
dad is letting you just get possessed by demons
Stuff like
on
that's the dude.
accident?
He trying to sound deep. He's sounding silly, and he's also trying to make you feel some kind of way about cursing and cursing somebody else. So I'm gonna take something common to man, that could be, honestly, could be technically sinful, like that I would have to agree with.
We can talk about that.
But
It's a separate conversation, though, right?
that's a whole different conversation. So I feel that, but the way he's going about, like, trying to discourage you from doing it, is like he freestyling something, and he trying to make stuff fit, like the whole reaping and sowing. And I do understand that there is a degree, there is some truth in that. There is um some
Power in the
some
tongue.
reaction to our causes, some things that we do. If I'm a farmer and I plant lemon seeds and I water the ground, I do what I'm supposed to. Nobody is shocked that a lemon tree begins to grow, and I can eventually have a crop because that's just how it worked. But you
But
know,
it's two. He's
but
taking two
saying that and we
situations
doing that with our words,
and
that's something
combining
else.
them though.
You said
That's what
what?
he's doing. I said he's taking two different situations and combining them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
I said, witchcraft and profanity is not the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've heard people try to say that
Yeah.
cursing, and it's like, bruh,
It's
that's
like just
Don't
use a different
do
word
that.
then. Don't use curse word. Just use like profane language or you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
use a
yeah.
different if you use a different word, then it's like, okay, now that's not the same thing.
So
Like
here's my
nah,
problem. Here's my problem. Tell me if y'all have noticed this. These dudes that try to sound deep, they make God look horrible, yo. They make God look like this evil person who will let anything happen to you. You know what I'm saying? So you accidentally put a curse on yourself. That's what kind of God you have, who will let you accidentally put a demon on yourself. That's not cool,
Yeah.
man. It seemed like in the movies when, somebody have like a Ouija board, or it's a movie called I forgot the name of that movie, but it was like uh something like Hold My Hand or something. And they were playing around with some demonic stuff. And of course the demonic stuff showed up, but they was asking for it, Jay. I think that's what you started with. They was asking for this. They was like, hey, speak to us, speak to us. Let's connect to the other side. Like that's the type of person I think could end up possessed with a demon. Well, how is a random person just walking down the street living a regular life gonna get possessed by a demon? Like that made God look petty, man. I hate that type of stuff. I hate that. Cause then you got like, why would you try to serve somebody who's gonna act like that? If he's just gonna let anything happen to you at any time, like who would want to be a part of that?
Yeah.
Anything that you say you could curse your own life. Anything
Yeah.
the demon can show up at any time. I might listen to a Beyonce song, and because she got some wild lifestyle, I'm gonna end up with some kind of pagan demon in my life. What are you talking about, fam? From a song? What are you talking about? I'm not. You got to be asking for this stuff. I think you got to be asking for this demon stuff to get into your life.
Yeah, you gotta be. I think you gotta be open to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'm so close. I don't even watch scary movies.
Hey, Bookie, me and you, same, bruh. Like,
Hey,
cause to me, it's like I don't even want to play around with it. And here's the
right.
thing. Like now, Bookie, you already know me and my dreams. When it comes to my dreams, I'm serious about my dreams, right? But I want positive dreams, bro. I want to be
Exactly.
flying and
Yeah.
eating food and laughing and talking to people. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to be doing. I don't want to be because I set up and watch like nigga the horror murder. Like I got all these pieces of horror now that my brain can play with while I'm asleep. And I'm like, I don't want to feed it that. I've
Yeah.
lived that life before. I've
I'm
lived it where
dead,
it's
bro.
like, nah, bruh.
Hey, you
I'm
know we
good.
got. Hey, I started young, bro, because man,
Yes, that's
I
what it
watched
was.
that. Look, I watched that.
Faces of Death,
Nah, it
nigga.
was when I was younger. I watched that. What's the name with the one with Medusa and all of them on it?
Oh
The
yeah,
mythology.
Clash of the Titans.
Clash
Yeah,
of the Titans, baby. Me
man,
too,
bruh, for a whole week I thought Medusa was crawling in my
nigga.
room, bro. Like
Nigga,
I was going to sleep,
Medusa,
man. Stop.
nigga, Medusa shook all of us, bruh.
I didn't
Yeah.
want no parts of it, dog.
No
After
parts
that,
of Medusa.
I,
Dude, you don't know how like locked my eyes used to be to that screen when she came, like when her little shadow showed up, nigga, and she was moving in that scene. Dude, I was locked. I was like, dude, I could not come close to none of this stuff that this dude is like playing around with, bruh.
oh
This
man,
nigga didn't cut her head off, bruh,
yeah.
Yeah.
and put it
I
in
got
a
scarred.
bag.
You know what scarred me though?
What?
No lie. What scarred me was Thriller. Thriller scarred me, bro. When I was a
A
little
lot of
kid.
people did.
Yeah.
Thriller, I was cool with. I was. It was some moments. I wasn't watching it by myself. I probably was not doing that. But I remember like classmates and friends like being freaked out. And
Man.
I was at a Pizza Hut, like you know how you like celebrate after like y'all didn't finish a basketball season. You used to go to Pizza Hut and everybody used to get little
Yeah.
trophies and stuff like that. It was an event like that, but they was playing Thriller. I don't know if it was like the weekend or the week after it came out, but it was. I remember it being a big deal, like it was a premiere, but it wasn't the premiere, and they was playing it there. And this dude wanted to put his head down. He didn't want to have no parts of it. I think it was my age too, and I remember it. He was like, "Nigga, no parts of it." His mom was like, "Nigga, it's okay. You don't have to, look
Yeah.
at it, nigga." And I was like, "Dang, Thriller got him shook like that,
Yeah.
Boogie."
So Thriller dropped December of 1983.
Yes,
And I
sir.
was there watching it when it dropped. I was 3 years old, bro. Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Nah.
scarred, bro. I was scarred.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what that parental discretion was for.
Exactly, because it
I should
really
not.
did have that. It really
Hey,
did.
look, hey, mom, I know you watch it. I should not have been watching that at 3 years old.
Shut up. She was like, she ain't raising no punk, nigga. Watch this, nigga. It's just a
look,
movie.
Hey, look, and I
And
still
she knew how
remember
soft Michael
where I
Jackson
was at.
was, so she's like,
Watching
nigga.
that, bro.
If I remember right, we was all gathered around the TV. It had to been like
It was a big event,
two
bro.
cable channels or something back then. I don't know.
That was one of the biggest music events of all time, and I don't know if anything has ever even really topped that moment of somebody just premiering a video. Nigga, you thought a movie was coming on,
Another
like
one
full
is
feature.
I remember Black or White came on after The Simpsons or something. That was a big deal, I think. But I remember us being in a living room watching, I think, either Select TV or On TV. Remember, it was the only
That
two.
bad boy was coming on at night. I remember being
at
at
night,
home when
bro.
I seen the premiere. That's
And it
why I
was
knew
at
that
night.
other time at that Pizza Hut, I knew that wasn't the official time, because the official time I remember being at the house. It was nighttime and everybody was glued to
Nighttime.
that TV.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember exactly where I was at when I first seen it.
Great
Bro. I
watch
was
party.
like, yo.
Yep,
Mhm.
official.
But I can't. Come on, man. You telling me God gonna let me get a demon for watching the Michael Jackson Thriller video? What kind of God is that, fam?
Yeah.
And I think you do that. They do some of that stuff so you can keep coming to them for the deliverance. Like you need them. They have all the wisdom about.
And they be doing that stuff because they goofy and they inexperienced and they dumb. Some of them people is just flat out ignorant and they freestyle. The only thing is that you can spread your ignorance fast nowadays by putting that camera up to your face. And it is what it is. That's why we got to get out and promote the truth. And I respect all those who hop in forums and get with people and try to, dispel some of this craziness that floats around. And
But I
James,
bet
that
you
stuff
got a
floats
bunch of
to
people
you.
that like it though.
Yeah,
I
of
bet
course.
you on
Of
there that
course.
like
It wouldn't be
saying,
showing up if
yeah,
people wasn't like reviewing it. So it's
that's what I'm
showing up
saying.
because people been reviewing it and they be like,
Mhm.
James, what they
And
always send it
agreeing.
to James. Well, James, what you think about it? Because you really like to get hot about situations like this. Like you hate these things, James. Here's some more. That's what they do to all of us. Here's stuff that you hate, but it's really because we've engaged in it. So
Yeah. But part of it is this. Listen, I deal with like the new people coming through. We get people coming to kick the tires at our church all the time. They come from all different walks of life.
yeah.
And they come from all kind of places sometimes. They're like, how do y'all deal with the demonic? Or how do y'all operate in the prophetic? They come with all of those expectations sometimes. And some of them have like wild expectations for like how many people you think need a demon cast out of them in this room? Like we all saved. Like how many times did you think we was gonna be moving in the demonic? It's a bunch of saved people in here.
You the head exorcism dude.
Hey, people like camping out with that stuff, and I understand they be coming from circles where people have really spent a lot of time talking about stuff like that, and so it is what it is, and I see how that's possible. So it ain't like fully strange. It's just that if you went to a church where they camped out about a lot of those issues, and put demon tags on everything, and then I get it. Then you come there and you like, why we ain't having no like spiritual deliverance services yet, and why ain't nobody putting like I wouldn't think that's weird because
it's
people do. I'm so convinced people do everything with the Bible, bruh.
Yeah.
All kind of stuff. There's a percentage of people who do the right thing with it. It's a very small percentage of people I think do the right thing with it. But because of all the information that book contains, the power that it actually, have in and of itself, it gets abused. And then at the end of the day, the enemy is trying to, make people more confused about it and repel people from it. Like even me, even as a believer, like I think some of the attack for me in this season, like I'm turned off by stuff like we just seen, like that dude. And if I ingest, and that's why I have to watch it, if I ingest too much of that, it'll start warping and getting to, man, is this what church folk believe? Are we like that gullible because that's why this stuff exists, because they feel like we just that dumb and we just, or it's just bunch of ignorant people on the internet. And I think it's the latter. But I still, have to be careful and guard myself with it because it turns me off. If you're not careful, for me, and this is just me speaking personally, I don't know if this is everybody's experience, it'll turn me off low key from the things of God. And this is what I mean.
I got you.
Yeah, it's because he'll be saying something crazy about it. I'll be like, huh. Then you scroll and it's like, and then all of a sudden you'll create this habit of as soon as somebody's saying something about God, you're gonna scoot on, you're gonna assume, oh, this is just wow. And maybe I should. Cause I only let like Jackie through, Preston through, oh boy through, the pastor, Eric Mason
Yeah.
these days. Now I'm talking about this season. It's always been different people in this different seasons. But for whatever reason, it's been them. And this one is like those are the only people I let in. And then everybody else, I don't even want to hear about it, whatever. Like Buki had that post where that dude was going in on MacArthur. Like I'm so over that whole like part of Christianity that I'm like, please don't. Like let me be happy in the Lord. Let me still be encouraged. Let me be,
Yeah.
focus on good
Yeah.
things about it, because
Yeah.
that stuff brings up like bad situations. Because there's a lot of stuff that I think in some of these camps they have caused more damage than they thought themselves to be helpful. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? And it's not like, oh, you need to reconcile with it or whatever. No, what I've done to resolve it is like, you don't have to consume all this Christian content that's online. You don't have to be at everybody's website. You don't have to read everybody's book. You don't have to agree with everybody's camp or whatever. I just, at this point, I fully understand that you just need to love God, serve your neighbors as best that you can. I think the easiest way to serve God is to lock into your local church, serve where you can, and grow with those people, and just leave it at that. I'm not trying to make it more. I'm not going to make it political. It's never going to be a political. I'm never going to try to marry the two. I understand how my faith will inform how I do all kind of things in life, which will include voting, but it ain't no Christian way to vote and all this other stuff that people get caught up, in. And it's just, I don't know.
I feel you. That should be a season of your life, especially with you transitioning from one church to a new. That makes sense to me that you be like, you know what? I'm not on that right now. I'm just looking for the positive, wonderful things about the Lord that I love. I'm gonna focus on those right now. I'm gonna be built up. I'm not supposed to be tearing down. But it's somebody else that can, that's their ministry. They're gonna be tearing down lives, but that ain't all of our life. It's building up and tearing down. We need to do both. And if that's not a season right now, it shouldn't happen. Like, I don't spend a whole lot of time listening to heretics and listening to people argue back and forth about what's wrong and all of that. It's like I catch it, like you said, I share it because it need to be exposed. Because what I'm finding out is people want some of this sensational stuff at some of the healthier churches. They come to a healthy church, like they'll go to John's church, they'll see like, hey, we just gonna serve the Lord and each other. We don't have nothing else planned. We gonna sing, we gonna give, we gonna serve, we gonna pray, we gonna read.
Yeah.
And then, that's it. That's all we're gonna do. We're gonna go, and then we're gonna go live it out the rest of this week. And if that's not enough for you, then that's when those people be like, oh no, I think I need something. It's like, well, what do you want? You want to go over there with Prophet Lovey and them where they'll lie to you and sleep with your wife? Like, why do you need all of that?
Yeah.
You gotta think about why you need all of that. Why is that the version of God that you think you need? Because I'm not sure that that's what the scriptures present. I know that there's spiritual activity and all of that, but I'm nervous when people they want all the demonic and the prophetic, and I want, a 45-minute worship service.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need to get worked up?
Listen, I understand doing a study, going through scripture, going through things like that, and then, mind being blown by God's word as he, uncovers these truths about the spiritual realm and all that. Said that's one thing. But then it's another thing when but see, at the same time, I'm about to say something, but I fully understand. But I was going to say it's another thing to just be wanting to go around and, put demon labels and casting them out of people, whatever. But at the same time, there's enough scripture with believers doing things like that. So when I find somebody saying that they want to do that and they want to cast out demons, they want to do at the same time, I'm like, somebody got to do some casting out, every now and then. Like,
I'm not throwing that away. I'm like, why is that? the main thrust of your interaction with God, though.
But because you could just be, it could be a season where you just amazed by it. Now, if that's all you are, and you just a one pony show, and that's all you into, and that's your whole thing, um, like that dude's ministry. Remember that dude? I think his name was Bob Larson. Was that his ministry? Where the dude just it was almost, it felt like Jerry Springer a little bit, but it wasn't. But the format, how it looked, how his audience would look and stuff. But it was always he was a Christian dude who was always talking about the demonic and people having demons and all that kind of stuff. And that was like kind of like his show.
Yeah.
I think I got that right. I might be. I gotta dig up the name. I can't do that dude like that. Let me actually look that up and see right now. But yeah. I always think like right now it's like I don't know if it's like maybe that stuff comes in seasons. Yeah, it is. It's Bob Larson. That was his ministry. Look the dude up. But yeah.
Everybody needed an exorcism when they came around that dude. It didn't matter who it was. Oh, yeah, it's a demon. Like, come on, man. Nothing's your fault. None of these things that you're doing are your fault. They all somebody else's fault. Your lust is a demon. Your alcoholism is a demon. Your anger is a demon. So none of this comes out your heart like the scripture says, like Jesus said. This stuff is your fault. This stuff is not somebody else's fault. That's the part.
I know, and I feel like the longer you walk and the more honest you be, with the word, the devil don't help, but you realize, nigga, you your worst enemy.
Come on, man. That's it. That's it.
Like
I
you
don't
like,
want to discount.
nigga.
The devil is real. I know he working. You can see.
Oh,
him.
nigga, because he know all he got to do is flash it and hit me at the wrong moment, and nigga, my game is thrown off. This nigga's whack, right?
Absolutely.
So yes, that's the role I feel he plays. But at the end of the day, God also gives me the tools to escape. He gives me the tools, and nigga, the reason I know I'm whack because nigga, I'm not running and escaping. Sometimes, nigga, I'm like diving into it, nigga, like a slip and slide, nigga, or one of them cruise ships, nigga, like one of them cruise ship with the and so in those acts, it's like, nigga, I'm not like, oh, the devil got me, whatever. Nah, I'm well aware of what I'm doing, and this is in me. This is something that needs to be dealt with in my heart. So yeah, James, everything is not something flying around, but at the same time, I'll be like, sometimes, James, there's something flying around.
Yeah, facts.
We gotta at the same time, it's like I can't fully. Like, I'm not finna be entertaining you. You kind of weird because you want to camp out. That's all you want to talk about. I get that. But some of that stuff you're talking about, I know is true.
Hey, I don't think cats really want to see these creatures or whatever you want to call them in this.
Bruh, I pray to God still.
I'm Pats.
It's like
Lord,
they thinking they watching
let it pass me.
Scooby Doo movie. Like, nah, he don't look like Scooby Doo, bruh.
Nigga, I'm telling you.
Sure, these dudes is, because even the angels are frightening. Everybody was afraid when the angels popped up. Like,
when they showed up, nigga, what is this?
Lord,
so they're the good ones.
Yeah, exactly.
But the demons was angels too. What do they look like now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm straight.
I'm like,
exactly.
Jesus, like, put permanent regular goggles on my eyes.
I mean,
put permanent regular goggles on my eyes. I do not have to. You don't have to peel back a moment for me to see, so I can see people descending and ascending and descending. I don't want to see nothing like that. I just want to see. I want to see the ponies and the sunsets and the nice, breakfast plates and all these regular standard things that you have given us to enjoy. All that next round, I'm telling you.
I don't want to go the multiverse. I don't want to go into the multiverse.
That's another thing I see that a lot of people, man, because of that Marvel and the multiverse, it got people really believing that in real life, and they really preaching that in real life. Oh man, that's what I need to bring back. I'll find. I don't really want to go there.
I'm gonna throw one of them wild theories out there. I think the multiverse is something like heaven, yo. I think it's something like heaven. I think there's something to that multiverse that's actually gonna happen. Not,
Okay,
not the way that they putting it out there, but I
I
think
know.
imagine it ain't no time, right? Time is over with. We all in eternity. What
Yep.
you got going on your side of heaven ain't gonna impact what I got going on my side of heaven. So
Yeah.
that feel like multi something. It
No,
don't.
check this out.
I ain't gonna be in both of them, but
I
Jesus
always
might be in both of them.
I
You feel?
always I always figure like this, like it's gonna be a city, God's God's dwelling comes down with man, it locks in together, new heaven, new earth, and it's gonna be a new way of living, right?
Yeah.
But it's gonna be whose way of living and whose time. Because everybody who's lived on the earth only understand living based on how the earth was in their time.
Right.
So if you lived in the 1800s, when you talk about coming back and living in heaven and dwelling, you died thinking, that would, being in a new city, everything would be new. But if all you knew was carriages and horses, that's what you saw and that's what you experienced. So one thing to ponder is like, who's now the quick and easy answer when I say whose reality are we going to be living? It's obviously eternity and it's going to be God's. But what's a wild thought is what does that look like? And James, to your point, it being like multiverses, well, what if one of the answers is everybody gets to have a piece of whatever this new earth is, but it looks like it did when they walked on it. So there's a 1800 version, 1900 version, 2000 version, and there's all this different versions of different times because people lived in it all the generations. So who's not to say that all the generations keep living like they lived and sharing all different things? I'm like, that would be kind of fun. And then the way people are traveling, like people just like Jesus was popping up and just zoom, 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 just moving around. I'm like, you
At
got a
the end,
strong case there. I'm helping your case.
at the end of this conversation right here, we about to start a whole new religion, dog. We about to we about to have a whole new cult following. Like, nigga, we about to name our church. The multiverse church, nigga. Where you in your own reality when you get to heaven, nigga.
This is just how new religions get started. Just keep talking. Niggas, just keep talking this wild talk. This is exactly how it happens.
About to have like 1,000 views, nigga. Like,
That
oh,
nigga Jay's gonna be the pastor though. That's for sure. I want to see that nigga in a white and gold robe in all his glory. Just
Bro, can you imagine starting a false religion, dog?
Hey, did Jay's was like, you gonna be on your side of the that nigga Jay just threw me in the ghetto of heaven. Like, oh, you gonna be in the Compton heaven. You gonna be in Compton heaven. I'm gonna be over here on the west
but
side.
you get to visit everybody's version, so it's all good. So you can bring them to the hood. It's all good. Ain't nothing gonna happen to him. But yeah, he got some of us in the hood, and some of us gonna be,
The cold part is
better
Jesus is in
situation.
all of them all the time.
Yeah.
That's the part that I think I don't like saying out loud. Like, I think Jesus is gonna be in all of them all the time. Like, you on your side of it, like you said, and Jesus is present with you, but he present with me on my side of it too. Like, it wouldn't be no limits.
Well,
It's
check this
weird
out.
to think about.
Check
It does
this out.
sound very cultish. Let's move on.
This helping. Yeah, let's move out of this culture. So I don't want to keep talking about this because I don't want to start a new religion. But I do want to switch gears, nigga. It was kind of like I was chilling with wifey. I was chilling with wifey last week, and we was watching our little show or whatever. And you ever had them moments where nigga, you just be laughing hard at something, and your wife ain't feeling it though. She's not feeling it at all. Like, no, I almost borderline like, nigga, something's wrong with you, nigga.
That's not
Like,
okay.
it's not okay.
That's
Like
not
one of those
funny
moments,
either.
like it's just not okay. So here's what's going on. And this is one of my slappers. I don't even care no more. One of my favorite shows is Love is Blind because I be wanting something like this that happened to happen so bad. And it finally happened. And I was so excited that I was cheering like it was the Super Bowl or something. But my wife was quiet and she was not laughing a little bit. And she was very stoic and she was very turned off. But nigga, Love is Blind is all about talking to these people before you see them. But you actually propose to the person and then before you even see them. So y'all gonna, leave there together, go to like a honeymoon for like a couple weeks and then go live with each other after this or whatever, and then get married all within like a month's time. So you got to kind of, go with the flow. Now, the thing about this show is everybody be looking kind of like cool peoples. Like, oh, that's a nice looking dude. That's a nice looking girl. Like all of them, and the majority of them, right? And I used to tell my wife, I was like, man, they just need to, and I don't care, write me, be mad or whatever, but I know what the show needed. I was like, man, they need to throw a couple like big people up in here, dudes and girls. I'm serious. Throw a couple up in here because everybody is gym ready and whatever. And so nobody is like really like tripping off of somebody physically once they finally see the person. Right. So
They're
there's
all kind of in the pocket.
yeah, they all like I said, the dudes and the girls. You be like, yeah, I can see it. And so I'm like, man, they need to throw some wild cards. They got to throw some people up here that maybe they know some people may not feel that they are super attractive. And will we still be saying love is blind and people, because people be doing it like, oh, this is the love of my life, whatever, whatever, whatever. So I've been watching, man, we've been watching like, cause we started watching US, but they got them all over. They got them South Africa. That joint was lit. Brazil, which is one we watching. Argentina. They got them like nigga in nigga Russia, nigga everywhere. I found out we start combing through it, but it wasn't happening. That wasn't happening until this moment, James. Until this moment. And this dude, what was so funny is he was talking to two girls. And I knew him. He was like a bodybuilder dude, typical macho dude. He gonna stay fit. So dudes, and I was telling my wife this: dudes who usually are like this and stay fit, they be wanting girls who are fit. They usually don't want, a big girl. So he was down to two girls, and one she kind of heavy, which we're gonna see in a minute, and then one was like probably his type. And then he didn't take her and he went with the big girl. So I hollered and laughed so hard because for the first time, nigga, I was going to see these doors open up and see what a dude that I know just guess, because you've been watching him for episodes. You just see him in an hour. You've been watching it. So you kind of get a feel for the dude. You be like, nah, this dude ain't going to like this girl when he see it for the first time. So let me pull that up just so y'all can see that moment.
Hey, your man Josh Johnson was just talking about something like that. Did y'all catch that? The comedian dude, he was like, I want to see one time where somebody comes out and says, you know what?
Yes.
I'm not blind. Love might be blind, but I'm not blind.
Look at my man right here, bruh. And I was like, oh nah.
Mookie Josh Johnson said they need to put like all the men like under 5 feet, 5'2", 5'4" and under, and see how blind love really is. But like make it so that everybody you could choose from is only 5'5" or lower. All the men are under 5.
Just the moment of it opening up. That's old girl, and look at old dude. And I think this person gonna say some commentary, but whatever.
Oh no!
Watch him.
I can't read his face. She looks good.
Forte, ela é totalmente coração e totalmente espiritual, assim.
Eu não sei o que dizer, tá estranho. Um sentimento diferente, não sei. Não tô acostumado a sair da minha zona de conforto.
What are you thinking? Oh no.
Usually they run out, nigga, and they be kissing
each other. Oh my god, this is awkward.
Like, because it's their first time seeing each other. They be like, oh, hugging, kissing. But you see how they moving. So I'm hollering. Like I'm talking about, nigga, I'm laughing very loud at this point. And the fact that my wife is not laughing is making me laugh even harder. It's making me, yo, what is this nigga doing? He's not kissing her. He not talking about he's shaking. I'm like, boy, this nigga front, man. But what do? You see somebody you've been talking to, you talking about you in love and y'all finna get married and all this stuff. You
I
see
don't know how
him,
to feel about this.
nigga.
Não pensei correndo de mim.
Por que, papai?
Não sei. Sonhei com isso.
Entendi.
I'm telling you,
Eu
like
sonhei que ele corria, que ele olhava pra mim e ia embora.
Oh,
every time somebody got to this point,
look
nigga,
at
they was
her.
always kissing. Because they was really digging each other and
Yeah,
talking,
it
but
was like,
nigga, he had no idea what this lady looked like.
ew.
And look how he responded,
Que
nigga.
isso?
Now, what they supposed to do next is propose.
Eu senti ele tremendo o tempo todo.
Like, get down on the knee
Eu não
and,
sei o que passa na cabeça dele.
that nigga didn't do nothing but walk her back, bruh.
I don't think they're supposed to go back that way.
No, they
He didn't
not.
propose.
That nigga. So needless to say, nigga, I
He didn't
blew up my
propose.
bridge, nigga.
Now he going.
But he didn't do it
Wait.
like the thing that they all do.
What just happened? They went back behind the doors.
Yes. That nigga's like, oh, she's a
he's
strong
not-
woman. He says that later on, something like that. Oh, she's a strong woman. I don't know if I'll be able to
Oh
Why
my
they go
god.
back behind the doors?
handle
I've
her.
never seen this before.
É social,
I've never seen that happen
What
before.
information?
I'm gonna read it.
Que eu já lidei na minha vida. Mulher forte.
A strong, empowered woman,
Maravilhosa.
a wonderful
Não sei se
woman.
consigo
I don't know if I can handle this.
What?
Nigga, I hollered so hard, nigga. He don't know if he can handle that, y'all. He don't know if he can handle that. And I'm like, but what do you do? What would y'all do? You
I've never
open
seen
the door and you're not attracted. Because if you're not attracted, somebody don't have to be attracted to you, me, anybody. You just don't, you ain't they type. It don't, but what do you do after you said, nigga, I want to marry you. I want to, we're going to get together. This is, love is blind. You are the one. I stopped dating all the other people. I've picked you. Will you marry me? And then you walk out and do that. I don't know. I think he did pretty good. Honestly, I think he did pretty good without disrespecting anything. But right when he left there, he was like, "I can't do it. I'm not getting married. I'm out of here."
I've never seen anybody walk somebody back through the door. Let's go back through this door. Go back.
So I'm having a dude moment, but I'm with my girl. I'm having a dude moment wishing one of the homies would be with me right now and laugh with me because you gotta understand. I'm not laughing at the girl like I was telling my wife, like I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at this nigga. I'm reading his face and how he gotta keep his poker face and do something, and he don't want to kiss her or nothing. So he gotta go from let's get married to like friend zone, and I get to watch it. Like, how's this thing gonna play this?
Oh my god!
I get to watch this in real time, nigga. Like,
That's
wow.
crazy. I've never seen nobody. Let's go back through the doors. Let the doors close on us again. Like, I've never seen that.
No, nigga. And she was gonna propose to him. I already knew that was bad. She had the ring behind her. He was like, nah, sweetheart, let's go on and you go on back over here to your room. Let's go and close that door again. Let's go back to not seeing each other, nigga. That was horrible.
Going back to your room.
Let's go back to not seeing each other. Let's just forget it. And then that nigga left. Because
We've
from
looked
there,
at
you're supposed to
bodies
go
all-
on a little honeymoon. That nigga was like, I am not going on the honeymoon. I'm not going to even front. Stop it.
Man, so what was all that talking y'all was doing for the last 6 weeks, 6 days?
Exactly.
What was all them hours of bonding? It's my soulmate, all that stuff. What
And it's
happened
like
to all of that?
it's like James, it's like 3 weeks of that. And it nonstop. And so you make a decision. And so I think the whole process is like 8 weeks. And so half of it you went and you didn't even see the person. And then the other half is you see the person and their family and everything, and then you marry them. You go all the way to the altar to see if these people are going. And I just like it, nigga. I wish I could put it on Prize Pick and bet, nigga. On it. I wish Bookie could build a pool, nigga. On my mama, nigga. I wish Bookie could build the pool out and be like, nigga, they not gonna make it, nigga. On my mama watch
I would
and bet and win money, nigga. I would kill it.
Absolutely. Keep that in the tuck, Jay. We might have to work on that.
I'm
Oh my
telling
God.
you, I'm telling you. With the next season, it will be all kind of people in, James, and we could
That
just
man
sit up
said
here.
Prize Picks.
Exactly, dude. I will. I'm for real. Be like, you think your boy go do it this week? Like,
Not a
nah,
chance.
not
I
a
remember
chance.
this
They're not
one
gonna make
chick.
it.
She told her guy. She tried to hint to him what she looked like, and she
Yeah.
told dude that she looked like Megan Fox. Like
Yes,
people
that's
told
one
her
of
that
the
she looked like
classic
Megan
moments.
Fox. Bookie, she didn't look nothing like Megan Fox.
Nigga, you would just be crying if you see it, nigga. You'd be like, nigga, this is not Megan
And
Fox.
he was so hot when he found out that she didn't look like Megan Fox.
That nigga was hot. It was just like on Friday, nigga, when Chris Tucker was talking about, you said you look like Janet Jackson, nigga.
Like Freddie Jackson.
Nigga said you like Freddie Jackson.
Hey, they ran her through the ringer on the line, man, when she pulled that Megan Fox out of her car. That Megan Fox car. Now, the internet blew up when she did that.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Hey, it was
I
wild.
be having so much fun with that, man. And my wife, she take it to the extra. She be in the little forums, whatever season it is, she'll jump in the forums and be telling me the spoilers and what people be talking, because there be so much stuff happening to these people outside of this show too. Because the old girlfriends be popping up like, nigga, baby mama's like, that nigga got 2 kids, so he ain't got no kids, nigga. He got 2 kids, nigga. All that be happening too, nigga, on the sideline. I be like, nigga, this show is a mess. But statistically, because that was like the 5th season, American one, they just finished, and they were like, out of the 26 marriages, it's only been like 6 divorces. So they got like good numbers of the people who actually got married.
They got better numbers than real life.
Exactly. So it's like, and this is just from people who initially met each other without seeing what they look like. And it was
but they must not be counting everybody who showed up to the pods. They just
they're not counting everybody. They're talking about people who actually just said I do and got married.
At the end
because I think it's been like over 230 some odd people that's gone through the shows in the 5 years. And out of those 200 and some odd people, it was like 260 something. It was like 26 of them got married out of all of those.
Yeah.
And
a lot of
only
them
6
they connect with somebody else afterwards too. A lot of them.
they showed one person that did that too.
A dark-skinned girl. She was a cheerleader for the Patriots, or she worked with the New England Patriots somehow.
Yeah,
and, she was dope, and she had a guy that was like, he was trash, man, and he ran her through the ringer and all this stuff. They didn't get married, and then we just found out she with some other dude that she met on the set. He was in the background. It'd be a bunch of people on the show. They in the background. They don't get no love. Maybe little thing wasn't interesting. But yeah, she connected with him. And
I've seen 2 people from 2 different seasons connect too. That the girl was dope and everybody was cheering for her. And had somebody similar to what you said, had somebody trash. And then the dude, he was in a similar situation on a different episode. I mean, a different season. And they somehow got together and hooked up. And that was dope. I thought that was dope too. They were one of the successful couples. So
yeah.
Well, oh, that's kind of dope. But
it
it is, man. It's fun. That's good fun with the wifey. Trust me, I can't say it enough. I know I've talked about it enough on the pod, but
now we have whole
that moment.
Oh yeah, we be having a whole watch party, so we be like, oh, I don't like him. They like, oh, why he like that? Why she like that? I knew she was gonna do that. So we get to talk a lot about what these relationships look like and some of the dynamics, and it's fun, man. We be going at it. It's fun.
No, it is. It
yelling. I told you she wasn't about nothing. I told you all that type stuff.
Shoot. Real briefly, you just got to say this, mention this, Bookie. You can lend something to this, but we said it last pod, and that is most definitely it's kicked in. God is not pleased with daylight savings time, bruh. Let me just lay my case. It's real quick. It ain't even long because it ain't deep. You just got to just think for a minute. God puts time in order. He starts it. He knows the beginning from the end. He made time in that sense, right? They want to say we made it because, we made the clocks and all that. Nah. God put the sun and the moon up, which is what we using for time. So he started time. So it's an easy argument to say he started time. Nigga, why in the end of the 60s, like I think it was 66 or 69, we start playing with time, nigga, like, we're gonna take an hour, we're gonna fall back, we're gonna take an hour back. And I understand it was some farming stuff or whatever. And then we're gonna move, like, what are we doing? Who are we to just say, you know what, at this point in time, let's start playing with it. Let's get rid of an hour and jack ourselves up, for whatever reason. And then, when the seasons change, switch it back and be happy at that point too. So we just gonna play with time like this. Just we can do whatever. Can we go back 2 hours, whatever? Can we? And there's some people, and we know this right here in this country. There's what I think it's Arizona who don't change nothing.
Don't change nothing.
Right. Yeah.
And live life, and it's not going to negatively affect you. You don't have to change the time. Like, so that's just my little rant on. I don't think God is pleased with us just playing with his clock like that. Are we going to flip it back an hour, flip it back, and just be like okay with it? Ignore with the sun and the moon, whatever. Who cares? Let's just flip it.
Let's add that to our cult. That's one of the rules. We don't honor daylight savings time in our cult.
That means we got to set up in Arizona, which makes sense. That sounds like a place. That's a perfect place.
Multiverse compound gonna be in Arizona.
Exactly. That sounds like. Wait a minute.
Should we listen to man or to God, Gerald?
Exactly.
Should we listen to man or should we listen to God?
Yeah, that's it.
I think it's taking time off our life, man. Playing with time is taking time off our life, dog. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That ain't normal. We'll be waking up an hour earlier, then go back to sleep an hour late night. Something.
What's crazy is, and it happened to my wife. But all of our stuff can adjust, like our phones and stuff, and a lot of our clocks can adjust themselves. So if you're not like aware and you didn't know that the time changed, you ain't really tripped. But you wondering why you sleepy, nigga. That's exactly what happened to my wife. She was like, that's why I was wondering why I was a little sleepy. I'm like, yeah, you lost your little hour last night. We up an hour earlier, for church. But yeah, God ain't pleased with that, man. We ain't supposed to be playing with the clock.
His health. Buki said it's an attack on our health.
Man, it is, bro.
It's making us live shorter. It's taking our lifespan, doing us like that. We ain't supposed to be doing our heart like that.
Yeah.
Right. You ain't
consistently twice a year, nigga. We not supposed to be doing this to ourselves.
Whole biological rhythm off twice a year. Wonder why you on meds now.
Yeah. That joint put me on high blood pressure, dog. Like I'm on high blood pressure meds because of this time change.
Nigga. Yeah. No. So
add that to the statement of faith on the multiverse cult. Whatever.
Yes, the multiverse cult.
It can't be called a cult, but we know that's what it is. That'll be our weirdo rules. You gotta have like at least 3 weirdo rules that don't make no sense.
Nah, nigga, multiverse cult, nigga, is perfect. That's just, because we're gonna be bold in our proclamation. Nigga.
Yeah,
it is a cult.
You right, flat out, it's a cult. It's a cult. We ain't got nothing to hide.
No, we're gonna flip it. You know how they be always be flipping stuff like they used to. Old girl used to flip the whole walk, and we're trying to flip something negative. We're gonna flip cult, and we're gonna make cult. It's gonna be positive. It's gonna be the only place. Look, we open. We're saying we're a cult. So you don't. We're not hiding anything over here.
And our uniforms are gonna be sponsored by Remnant Village, dog.
Wait a minute.
Yes, nigga. Yeah.
This might be the multiverse logo right here.
That's our logo right there. Hey, every member gotta get that tatted on them. Dog.
The traveling remnant, nigga, from universe to universe.
Put that all-seeing eye on there somewhere. You gotta have some wisdom eyes. All that.
Man.
Hey, keep playing. It's gonna get on you. You heard the man. Keep playing with that stuff. It's gonna get on you.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Man, I watched the Heretic the other day. This is a crazy movie, man. The Heretic is
Yeah.
it's not a good premise. It's like two people went to share their faith with this man, and he locked him in the house and sent him on like it turned into a horror movie. I was like, this is a cold premise. Like, why y'all do that? And they were Mormons, and one of the scenes is this ain't no spoiler or nothing, but in the beginning of the movie, they setting up the movie. They out doing a little 2-year mission, and somebody pulled down her skirt because they knew she had the magic underwear on. Have you ever heard about the Mormons wearing the
Yeah.
magic underwear? They did it in the movie. They pulled her skirt down so everybody could see her magic underwear. And they look like gym workout. They don't look like risky or nothing. They look like gym workout equipment. So when they pulled them down, of course she was embarrassed, but they was like, we didn't know y'all really had the magic underwear on. And, they mocking her, they bullying her. And I was like, man, y'all really put that in the movie, bro. The Heretic is crazy. That's a crazy roller coaster ride, and it got all them themes in it.
How about y'all heard about the Righteous Gemstones? Have y'all tried to watch that?
Nah, man, I can't watch no shows that make fun of the church. I've never been able to do that. Righteous Gemstones they run a church, I think, right? They got a church empire. It's a family that has a church empire, ain't it?
Yeah.
Y'all could watch that. How y'all feel about shows?
Nah, I heard about it a long time ago. I see now that they in season 4, but is it because it seemed like it's some TBN? Is it some TBN?
I can't take no shows like that. I've always been like really angry about shows like that because I feel like it's obviously some reality there. We know that happens, but to spread it like that as a show is just something I don't appreciate. So yeah, the Righteous Gemstones is like a church empire for sure. Just like
y'all watching that new David, King David show that everybody talking about?
Yeah, I seen the first episode of that. It was cool. It was well put together.
I heard, my wife loved it. I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
I heard my son been watching it. She said she loved it.
And his life is drama, full of drama. So David and Goliath is just the tip of the iceberg with that. That's just one little introduction. That joint go crazy.
Yeah.
It go crazy. Yeah.
She said that series is fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about it. I'm gonna dive into it as soon as my other series finish.
What's that?
What's that?
What
series?
1923.
Okay.
The like prequel to Yellowstone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fire, bro.
I just jumped into the Penguin right now just to go and see that. Y'all said that was dope. It is. It's dope.
What's
Penguin?
that?
The Penguin.
Yeah. That Penguin. That Penguin's fire, dog. You ain't watched it yet, James?
No, I wasn't gonna catch that. That's not my speed. But I heard it was great. I heard everybody who watched it.
Nigga, how it ain't your speed? Nigga, it's some gangster, nigga. Kinda.
I don't know, something about it, like just like Daredevil. Like I'm just not interested.
Nah,
I wasn't into Daredevil either.
It's not Daredevil, dog. That's what it's not. This joint is fire. This joint is like
it's well written, so I give them that.
It's like a mixture like Sopranos and Sopranos and The Wire.
Exactly. That's why it's like it's like more gangster like.
It's like Sopranos and The Wire had a baby in Gotham, dog. That's what it's like.
Yeah. That's all.
It's a spin-off from Gotham, I imagine, right?
It is. It's like it's supposed to be like after that last Batman. That's what put me on it. Somebody told me that like that last Batman that was in the movie theater. This supposed to be the week after that.
Mm-hmm.
So
whatever name.
So yeah.
So we crap. Yeah. That Batman was hard. With Riddler, that Batman was hard.
Yeah.
That Batman was
good. Yeah, the Riddler like blew up some dam or something that flooded the city. That's
I didn't know where they was going with that movie, but it was great. I might watch that again. That was good.
All right,
what's after that? Because Penguin is in that in the background. And it's the same dude, right? Colin Farrell is still Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the end of that Paradise though. Crazy.
Oh yeah. That's my next one. So
I watched the end of that Paradise though. That's season 1. Boy, bring it on. Sign me up for another season. I am.
Is it over with?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna dip into it. Wifey is deep in that. I'm that's my
watch it.
next one.
Yeah, that's gonna be my next one because I was waiting on another one because my season end on the other one. So I was looking for. I was trying to. I like for them to finish so I can just go binge through them. I don't like waiting for the next week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna dive into it. Now. Is that the one? Where was it Angela Bassett the president or something like that?
Yeah.
And it's a cyber attack or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on that. That's gonna be my
Wait. Angela Bassett.
No, they. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one with De Niro.
Yeah, my bad. What am I talking about? That's Zero Day. The one with Angela Bassett.
Zero Day. Okay.
Zero Day.
I wanted to see that one too.
Yeah, I heard that's cool too.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I like that.
0 Day. Okay.
That too.
Okay.
But that's it. Like I can't. That's all I got time for. That's it. I'm not gonna watch Daredevil and all that. Nah, that's enough. But Paradise is crazy, man. The writing on that is top tier. I ain't seen nothing like that in a long time.
Dope.
Mm-hmm.
Now you said, James, you said you was at a working guy roundtable. What was that about?
Yeah, man, we got a chance to connect with some young professionals and me, and we had a good time, man, talking through just the idea that most of us are not going to be pastors and missionaries. So we need to have a healthy understanding of work because that's most of our day. If you take out sleep, most of us spend half our day working on something, a business or something, working for somebody else's business. And whether you're in the private sector or government or whatever you do, you spend most of your day working, which is a big deal if you're looking at it right. And it's not something to be overlooked because maybe you don't have a job that is like a doctor that obviously helps people, or, like a pastor or a missionary obviously spreads the gospel and, furthers the kingdom. Not everybody has one of those jobs. Some of us we just make widgets. You know what I mean? We just make widgets, or we work for somebody else who helps make widgets. We don't do anything that really changes the world. And so what do you do with that? So we had some great conversations about how God's first commission to us was to be productive, go subdue the earth. And so the first commission is to be a productive member of humanity. And then the great commission is to spread the gospel. And those are two different things. And both of them bring God glory, but in different ways, And so sometimes we can dismiss things that don't really have eternal weight. Like, if I have an ice cream store, there's nothing eternal about that. It ain't gonna change the kingdom really. It's just serving a purpose for humanity, and that's a good thing. It's nothing to apologize for. So it really does help, especially if you're single and you're not a spouse or a parent, because a lot of times, the hierarchy in our little circle goes, okay, you're going to be a pastor. That's like one of the greatest things you can do. You're going to be a missionary. That's 1A and 1B. That's right behind it. And then, if you're going to be a spouse, that's a great call. And then if you're going to be a parent, that's an amazing call too. So what if you're single, not married, no kids? You just worthless because you just have a regular job as you work at the city or something? Like, what do you bring glory to God with throughout your 40 hours a week?
Yeah.
So we talked through that. So it was dope, man. It was a bunch of people there. We had like lawyers there, people.
Where was it at?
It was just at one of the local churches in LA. And it's something that teachers were there. People who helped. I think one lady worked with a charity. It was just dope, man. It was dope. And we just talked through just different aspects of, like, most of our day is spent just, paying somebody else's bills. Like if you work for, big corporation, you just helping somebody else make their money. They pay you a fee. That doesn't mean you haven't done nothing for God, even just because you didn't get to share the gospel all day. You still glorified him by doing good work. And it's a scripture that says it's nothing better than for you to enjoy your work. Like you should be able to take pride in what you do all day. And that's not gospel, but it is a light. It does share something about God, to do good work, to be a good worker, and to contribute to the progress of humanity. And then if we want to talk gospel, that's something else. That's not the same thing. That's something else. And so we had a good conversation about that for a couple of hours. People walked away really encouraged. It was super encouraging.
Dope.
Mm-hmm. We'll keep more of those going. We'll probably broadcast those more as we go.
You should have told me I would have came with you.
Oh man, okay. Yeah, my fault. I'll make sure we get on that. Yeah, you would have loved it too. And we'll keep them going. They're gonna be like quarterly or something like that. It's just gonna continue to build. and I'm working with my man Ryan. Y'all know Ryan. I'm working with my guy Ryan to like socialize it, spread it, so that we can keep it like quarterly and like build interest.
You talking about Ryan Tolan? You talking about him?
Yeah.
Dope.
Engineer. Some brilliant people in the room, man. It was fire. But it's helpful because sometimes this is the part that I think was the most helpful is if you're not doing something specifically gospel centric at your job, like sharing the gospel in the break room or, whatever, then what have you done for God that day is one of the questions you might ask. And you might be thinking like, oh, I don't do nothing for God. Like I work at this mall, I sell people these shoes, but I haven't really done nothing for God. And that's so that maybe you need to do something for God. That's something to think about. Okay, get a ministry, get something done for God, for the gospel, but also know that your work still does count for God's glory. Like the scriptures say, whatever you do, whether you eat or drink, do it to the glory of God. It's nothing to apologize for. So
Yeah,
I think those kind of aspects we kicked around and really help people see, you are glorifying God by, going to work and being a good worker and sharing, being a light. Even if you don't get to share, gospel message in the break room or whatever, even if you haven't had a chance to do all of that explicit gospel stuff, you're still glorifying God with your life. And then, so be okay with that. Enjoy it. Like Ecclesiastes says, enjoy it. You should be able to enjoy your work.
yeah.
If you don't have like a terrible boss or a terrible task, you should be able to enjoy it.
You're gonna have you're gonna have terrible people you work with. You don't necessarily have to have a terrible boss, but I think that'd be par for the course. You're gonna work with some terrible people.
Yeah, man.
Part of it.
I'm just saying, like the scripture said, like enjoy what you do. I think it was just in generalizations. Like you should take pride in the career that you really enjoy. Take pride in that. If you picked a career and you flourish in that career, you're gifted in that area, take pride in that. Like that's, doing a hard day's work, you should go to sleep and rest well.
Yep.
That's what the scriptures say. So we not, it can be some sabotage in there with the devil and all that type stuff. That's that warfare we was talking about. It's gonna be some terrible co-workers, terrible bosses. It's gonna be some tasks you don't really like. I don't know how you're gonna enjoy that. That's tough.
Yep, it don't matter. It is. You just even working for yourself, you're not gonna avoid it. That's what I learned. I thought, oh man, you work for yourself, it's gonna, and working for yourself is no different. I just this past week, I can talk about it, ain't no big deal. But just this past week, actually no, it was like earlier yesterday. One of our clients that we hated working with, God, we was tired of it. It got to the point where it was like my wife couldn't even talk to him no more. It was like I ain't dealing with him. I was like, I'll deal with him, and for me, I'm just trying to keep the door open, keep the money flowing.
Yeah.
Like as long as they happy with what we do, we good. But she was extra out, and then I mean, it was a straw that broke the camel's back. She just, she had a fire essentially, without getting into too much detail. She had an issue at one of her places while there's a guest there.
Yeah.
We troubleshoot, do everything we could, and we did a great job. But she just be micromanaging, and then nothing went wrong, everything went well, and she was still like micromanaging, and your boy just went off. I was like, look here, because she said something like she felt like she was too involved in this, and the reality is she would just make herself be involved. Like the guest would be, to give you an example, like the guest would say something like, "Oh, I need this, or I need some batteries, or something, or just whatever." Just imagine somebody at a hotel saying they need something.
Yeah.
And she would. Then we have a group chat, me, my wife, and her together, which was made because it was so she wouldn't be talking to my wife by herself. But the guest would ask something, "Hey, I need some batteries, whatever." And she'd pop up, let them know in the kitchen there's some batteries on the blah 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 blah. And it was like, dude, I don't deal with co-host situations like this, because most of the arrangements that we have, these people don't want to be hands on. But this was the special person. This is this person that's just was just too involved, and I had to tell her, like, you make yourself involved. You don't have to be, and you don't have to micromanage. But I knew I was pushing it when I was like, she gonna fire us. I told my wife that immediately when I did. I was like, oh, she gonna fire us because I'm done. Don't be going off when everything went well.
Yeah.
Go off, save the going off and the rants when stuff go wrong. And she was the kind of person who would just rant about small things that ain't even happened, not even real losses. But it just boiled down to she couldn't afford us, and that's what she said eventually. Like she couldn't afford it, and I don't know, she didn't want to move like we want to move. But I said all that to just say, like, it don't matter. You're gonna still do. I thought I'd never deal with difficult people because it's like I'm working for myself, so everybody's not gonna be. I'm not gonna view anybody as difficult. I'm gonna work with everybody because it's a little bit more at stake. You feel, but nah, you'd be like, it's not worth it. And this was the first time feeling like the money that I'm getting from this individual is not worth
Not
this
worth it.
heartache, all this heartache and all this interaction
Mhm.
that we have. And and my wife been wanted to terminate it like months ago. And I was the one like, nah, I mean, it ain't the worst. Then I end up terminating it, nigga. Like, nah. Like, bump that. But you can't avoid it. It's a part of that. And then you don't want to be, and I wasn't, you don't want to be, disrespectful. I mean, you still want to honor God with your works. Same stuff that you were saying, James. And you keep that in mind. But the lesson, like I said, that I learned, I think, in this is that all money's not good money, bro. And you be saying, yeah, I'll keep it. I want it around. And, it is, a nice check. She got to cut us each month, but ain't worth it. And that was my lesson because then it was like in the middle of having her, I took this training about co-hosting from one of the top people in the industry that we've been getting mentorship from, who helped us enhance our place. We took all his. So anyway, he had a course on this co-host, and and I hated it. I wish I would have took it in the beginning because he was telling us how to pick the right people, and we should have recognized that person was going to be like a micromanager.
They
And
had
it's
all
not
the red flags from the gate.
They had all the red flags. When I went through it, I was like, dang. And then the person can't be cheap, man. You got to be like willing to make some enhancements and some investments to make some more money. You're not gonna just, put a fresh coat of paint on your whack situation and think that that's gonna bring in some folks. Like, nah, it's not that.
I
It's
think
not
about
that
that all
easy.
the time, man. When I'm spending money on something I really want to enjoy, I
Yeah.
got $50 extra for whatever it is that I'm gonna really enjoy. Like, I'm gonna pick a seat when I fly somewhere. I'm not gonna just
Yeah.
let them give me whatever seat. No, let me pay this little $30-$40. Let's have the right seats. We gonna
For
go
real.
out to eat. Let's go somewhere we know is top tier. Buki recommended this place. Yeah, it's gonna be an extra $50, but you're gonna enjoy this food. Buki said the food is fire. It's going like we went to Eddie V's the other day. You kept talking about Eddie V's, Buki. He's like, man, we got to go see what Buki talking about. We got to go see what they talking about. Went to Eddie V's. Of course, it's gonna cost a little extra, but it was good. Everything they brought to the table was great.
Yeah.
Everything. So it's like I'm thinking the same thing, Jay. If I'm spending money on an Airbnb, I already got it in the budget. So like, don't just throw paint over something. Like, put something in there. Put a ping pong table in there. Put a pool in there. Put a jacuzzi or something in there. I'll give you the extra $100 a night if I'm getting something out of this. You know what I mean? I got that. You can probably raise the prices for people like me because you giving me value. So yeah, it's gonna cost more than the budget.
Yeah, if you got value to put something in there, yeah, you could charge it. But that was another problem of that client is they wanted to charge top tier Buki. They wanted to charge $260 a night to stay on Spring Street, nigga, in Compton. You heard what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I wish I was exaggerating there, but I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm telling you the truth. That
Wow.
somewhere on that street is somebody demanding $260 a night, and we trying to tell them like it don't work like that. You got to do what the market tell you to do. Even the hotels, bring down their prices at certain times because the reality is that some money on that day is better than no money on that day. What's better? A Tuesday night where you charge 130 or 150, but are you just gonna try to put your foot down and like, nah, I'm gonna get 260 for any of these nights and not get booked at all? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna have to pay your mortgage. So the bills is coming at at the end of the month. How you want to pay them? You want to have something to work with, or you don't want to have nothing to work with, and you're gonna have to come up off that big piece of money and no profit. So, and it's not hard to make a profit in that business, in hospitality, in a room. It's not hard. Just like it's not hard to make a profit in food. It's not hard. It's difficult to run a restaurant and have a successful restaurant with all the staffing. But making profit with food, when you do the math, you can always win. You can sell hamburgers at the side of your house, nigga, and you gonna win.
Ain't that the way? Ghost kitchens, you don't have to worry about too much.
Yeah, if you're a short order cook and you don't have a high overhead, you can win. I could flip burgers. I could make tacos. If you into it, I could cook well. But the part for me is I'm not into making money like that. It's cool, and I enjoy feeding my family and having and coming up with cool recipes for family and friends when I'm kicking it. But nigga, that hustle, you gotta like cooking. Like you have to love cooking. And I'm gonna get up tomorrow. I get to cook again tomorrow, and I gotta. Yeah, I love it. I'm gonna do it again tomorrow. Like, nah, I can't say that that's me, but I do respect the hustle and the grind, and it's always there. And I dipped my toe in that, and that was fun. That was a learning experience because it helped me grow, and it helped me fully understand, like, how that when I did A Brother Can Cook, and I was selling them shrimp stuff and that. Dude, I could have kept doing that and kept winning, but I just didn't like it wasn't bringing me joy. I could have kept doing it and just hired one person and really would be like doing that full time. I just didn't want to do it full time. Like the technology made it so easy. And now California, it's not illegal to pump food out of your house now. Amanda was telling me, we was chopping it up the other day.
Really?
And she doing it too. Now you can get the permit. You can pump out of your house now. It's something changed just recently in that respect. So she's taking advantage of it and gonna be pumping out of her crib. But yeah, you gotta love doing that. You know, it's money there, but you gotta love it. Like. But if you can get into whatever, and I think love it, you gonna win. You gonna win. Anything else, fellas?
I think that's it, Doc.
Yeah.
Well, let's raise a toast. Get up out of here. Thank you for listening. Y'all sit tight because I just hate that I can't hit y'all with these sound effects, but that's coming back. I promise. I'm working on it. Just keep praying. But anyway, let's go out. Thank you for listening. So like, subscribe. You haven't done any of that on our social media. We appreciate that. Where you find us, most definitely come rock with us on YouTube. If you're listening to us, you can watch us now. But as we leave, we say these words. We all fall, but we say don't trip. We all been called, but all stall a bit. We all stand tall until that time we slip. Just admit, without the grace of God, I'm really bad at this.
Yes. Cheers, fellas. Cheers.